Welcome to my channel. Kindly note that leadership is not about titles or positions. It transcends the superficial labels and hierarchies that often define corporate structures. It is about influence, and influence flows from character. True influence is earned through consistent actions and genuine connections. Today, class is about competence, commitment, and character. These elements are like the sturdy pillars that support a grand structure. These three pillars are essential for any leader who desires to make a lasting impact. Without them, even the most ambitious visions can falter. Competence inspires confidence and respect. It is the assurance that a leader knows what they are doing and can guide others effectively. It is the ability to do the job well and to achieve results. Competence is demonstrated through skillful execution and consistent performance. Commitment is the unwavering dedication to a cause or purpose. It is the relentless pursuit of goals, even when the path is fraught with difficulties. It is the fuel that drives leaders to persevere through challenges. Commitment is what keeps the fire burning, even in the darkest times. Character is the moral compass that guides every decision and action. It is the inner voice that steers leaders towards ethical choices. It is the foundation of trust and integrity. Without character, the bonds of trust that hold teams together begin to fray. Without these essential qualities, leadership crumbles. The absence of competence, commitment, and character leads to inevitable failure. Leaders who lack competence struggle to gain the trust of their followers. Their inability to deliver results erodes confidence. Leaders who lack commitment quickly abandon their goals when faced with obstacles. Their fleeting dedication leaves projects incomplete. And leaders who lack character ultimately betray the trust that has been placed in them. Their moral failings lead to broken relationships and lost respect. The story of King Saul, the first king of Israel, is a powerful reminder of the importance of these leadership principles. His rise and fall illustrate the critical need for competence, commitment, and character in true leadership. In the book of 1 Samuel, we are introduced to Saul, a young man from the tribe of Benjamin. Saul possessed many admirable qualities. He was tall and handsome, a head taller than anyone else in Israel. He was also a skilled warrior and a natural leader. When the prophet Samuel anointed Saul as king, it seemed that Israel had found the ideal leader. Saul's reign began with great promise. He led the Israelites to victory against their enemies, the Ammonites. He showed courage and decisiveness in battle. For a time, Saul's leadership was a source of hope and unity for the people of Israel. Saul's early successes, however, were short-lived. As time went on, cracks began to appear in his leadership. He allowed his strengths to become weaknesses. His courage morphed into recklessness. His decisiveness became impulsivity. And his confidence gave way to pride and arrogance. The very qualities that had initially endeared him to the people would ultimately lead to his downfall. One of Saul's most glaring weaknesses was his impatience. He struggled to wait on the Lord's timing. This impatience often led to rash decisions and ultimately had disastrous consequences. In 1 Samuel 13, Saul was instructed by God through Samuel to wait for him at Gilgal before going into battle against the Philistines. Samuel was to make sacrifices and seek God's guidance. However, as the days passed and Samuel did not arrive at the appointed time, Saul grew impatient. He took matters into his own hands, offering the burnt offering himself. This act of disobedience was a direct violation of God's command. Saul's impatience revealed a deeper flaw in his leadership, a lack of trust in God. He relied on his own understanding rather than seeking divine guidance. This tendency to lean on his own wisdom would prove to be a recurring theme throughout his reign. It ultimately led him down a path of destruction. Saul's lack of commitment to God's commands was not an isolated incident. Time and again, he chose to disobey direct orders from God. In 1 Samuel 15, God commanded Saul to completely destroy the Amalekites. They were a wicked people who had opposed Israel in the past. Saul was instructed to leave nothing alive, including their livestock. However, Saul allowed his own judgment to cloud his obedience. He spared Agag, the Amalekite king, and kept the best of the sheep and cattle. He justified his actions by claiming that he intended to sacrifice the animals to the Lord. Saul's disobedience had severe consequences. It demonstrated a lack of respect for God's authority. It also revealed a flaw in his character. He was more concerned with his own desires and ambitions than with honoring God. This act of defiance marked a turning point in Saul's reign. It set in motion a chain of events that would culminate in his downfall. Section 5. The corrosive power of jealousy and insecurity. As Saul's reign progressed, another fatal flaw emerged: jealousy. When the young shepherd David arrived on the scene, he quickly gained popularity after his defeat of the Philistine giant, Goliath. David's courage and skill in battle were evident to all, and he soon became a celebrated hero. Saul, instead of rejoicing in David's success, allowed jealousy to consume him. He saw David as a threat to his throne. Saul's insecurity led him to make irrational decisions. He attempted to kill David on multiple occasions. He even turned against his own son Jonathan, who had befriended David. Saul's jealousy not only poisoned his heart but also eroded the trust and unity within his kingdom. He created a climate of fear and suspicion. His actions ultimately alienated his closest allies and weakened his own position. The once promising king had become a paranoid and vengeful tyrant. Section 6. A legacy tarnished, the downfall of King Saul. Saul's downward spiral continued as he drifted further and further from God. He sought guidance from mediums and spiritists, a practice strictly forbidden by God. In a desperate attempt to salvage his failing kingship, Saul consulted a medium to summon the spirit of the prophet Samuel. However, even in death, Samuel could offer Saul no comfort. He confirmed that God had rejected Saul as king because of his disobedience. The once anointed king was now a broken and defeated man. Saul's story reached a tragic end on the battlefield at Mount Gilboa. Facing defeat at the hands of the Philistines, Saul took his own life. His reign, which had begun with such promise, ended in despair and ruin. Saul's life serves as a stark reminder that leadership is not a guarantee, but a stewardship. It is a responsibility that must be handled with wisdom, humility, and unwavering obedience to God. Section 7. Timeless lessons for modern leaders. The story of King Saul offers timeless lessons for leaders in any era, transcending time and culture. First and foremost, it underscores the importance of character, which is the bedrock of effective leadership. True leadership flows from integrity, humility, and a deep-seated commitment to ethical principles, which are non-negotiable. Saul's downfall was not primarily due to a lack of skill or ability, but rather a failure of character, which is a crucial lesson for all leaders. He allowed pride, jealousy, and disobedience to corrupt his heart and ultimately destroy his leadership, showing how personal flaws can undermine professional success. Secondly, Saul's story highlights the danger of impatience and the importance of seeking wise counsel, which is often overlooked in the rush to make decisions. Leaders are often faced with difficult decisions that require careful consideration and discernment, and the wisdom to seek advice from trusted advisors. Saul's impulsiveness and his unwillingness to listen to sound advice led him to make hasty and ultimately disastrous choices, a cautionary tale for modern leaders. Finally, Saul's life serves as a reminder that true leadership is not about self-preservation, but about service, a principle that remains relevant today. It is about putting the needs of others above our own and seeking the greater good, which is the essence of servant leadership. Saul's obsession with maintaining his own power and position ultimately blinded him to the needs of his people, a pitfall that leaders must avoid to truly succeed. Section 8. The enduring power of character and integrity. In a world often obsessed with charisma and outward appearances, where the loudest voices often get the most attention, the story of King Saul stands as a timeless reminder that true leadership is built on a foundation of character and integrity. His rise and fall illustrate the importance of inner virtues over external allure. It is a call to cultivate the inner qualities of humility, wisdom, and courage. These traits are not just desirable but essential for anyone who wishes to lead effectively. These qualities are essential for navigating the complexities of leadership and making decisions that stand the test of time. They help leaders remain steadfast in the face of challenges and uncertainties. Leaders who prioritize their own ambition and self-interest will ultimately fail. Their short-term gains are often overshadowed by long-term consequences. It is those who lead with integrity, compassion, and a genuine desire to serve others who leave a lasting legacy. Their impact resonates through the lives they touch and the communities they uplift. The principles that underpin Saul's downfall are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. They remind us that the essence of leadership transcends time and culture. They serve as a cautionary tale for leaders in all sectors of society, Whether in government, business, or community organizations, the lessons remain the same. By learning from Saul's mistakes and embracing the timeless principles of competence, commitment, and character, we can avoid the pitfalls that have ensnared many before us. We can strive to become the kind of leaders who inspire trust, foster unity, and leave a positive impact on the world. In doing so, we honor the enduring power of character and integrity. Section 9. Conclusion. Leading with wisdom, courage, and humility. The story of King Saul is a poignant reminder that leadership is not a destination but a journey. It is a journey marked by both triumphs and failures, opportunities for growth, and moments of testing. True leadership requires constant self-reflection, a willingness to learn from our mistakes, and an unwavering commitment to ethical principles. As we navigate the challenges of leadership, let us remember the lessons of King Saul. Let us lead with wisdom, courage, and humility. Let us seek the counsel of others and submit ourselves to a higher authority. And above all, let us strive to lead with integrity, knowing that true success is not measured by our position or power, but by the lasting impact we have on the lives of those we serve. Kindly subscribe, like, and share. If you have any questions, do ask in the comment section or book appointment with Prof. Ola Runlana. Watch out for the next class and bye for now.